Magic, understanding the laws of human behavior increases influence in the social environment and at work and improves social intelligence during negotiations and problem solving. Our communication with others varies according to our ability to track changes in facial expressions and body language and how to evaluate the self of others, as people tend towards people who appreciate them and listen to them. One of us searches for value, acceptance, and love from others. It pays more attention to body language, especially the hands. The use of hand gestures makes people listen more intently. Part 1. The first 5 seconds. Control reveals people's inauthenticity when a person does something he cannot do or pretends to be happy when he is in reality. Other than that, this also applies to a fake smile. People improve their mood when they see a real smile and are not affected at all by a fake smile. Therefore, your first step in interacting with people is to avoid places where you feel fake so that you have a good reputation. You can communicate with anyone without conforming to their rules, but rather you must determine your strategy and your gathering places, and divide these into prosperous places in which you feel that you are the best, moderate ones that are good according to your condition and mood, and places that make you feel uncomfortable or bored. You must know the times for mingling with others inside the room. For example, avoid talking to them as soon as they enter when they are busy registering and taking off their coats. Where they are stressed and they are less likely to respond to what is around them. After that, most people gather either around the dining table or near the toilet, and they often talk with people they already know, and you can meet new friends by drinking juice with them or offering them hospitality. You do not have to like everyone, but it is enough to mix with those who support you and give you value and satisfaction, but you can make new friends by controlling where and how you communicate with others. The first impression. We care about others' impression of us if we trust them and want to form friendships and relationships with them. We know whether we will trust this person or love him by just looking at him and before talking to him. These are very quick and decisive impressions. He knows people sense other people's intentions from their hand movements. They feel comfortable looking at other people's hands when someone initiates a handshake. The hand must be dry and the thumb should be vertical with the palm facing upward. This handshake causes the body to produce the hormone oxytocin, which makes communication deeper. The winner is known from the loser because the body takes up more space, raises the head up, and expands the chest. As for the loser, he takes up less space and his head bends down and sticks together. His arms with his body. The body language of the winners gives the winners social status and confidence in the surrounding environment. In addition to using the language of the eyes 60 to 70% more of the time and focusing on the color of the eyes more than looking at the movement of the head as a spark. The situation, long conversations and multiple discussion points make you feel joyful and hopeful by secreting the hormone dopamine in the brain, which is responsible for memory and feelings. There are several ways to start a conversation, such as asking new questions that raise new ideas and stimulate various discussions, such as how was your day, did something exciting happen to you, and what is your personal goal that you are working on it now, or like talking about topics that interest the other person, such as hobbies or interests. You must be unique in something to increase your social circle, such as posting unique pictures on social media sites instead of publishing pictures of food and flowers, sending simple gifts instead of thank you messages, or offering something unusual, like vanilla milk instead of juice. People like others to memorize their names, but forgetting names is a common problem among people, and there are multiple ways to memorize names and remember them for as long as possible, such as repeating the name more than once when getting to know each other and during a conversation, asking the person to spell his name and writing it on our notebook. Highlighting listening to others helps you learn quickly, remember better, and know your strengths with others and giving us time to find out the appropriate response. It also helps us share with others their joys and victories, and you will stand out more among people by listening to them and making room for them to express their talents and projects and sharing opinions and advice. Tricks to win people's love. We are often attracted to people who are similar to us and share the same interests with us talents, repeating the saying, birds of a feather flock together, and this attraction enables us to predict their future behaviors and decisions. Showing support is a good way to form relationships, while difference hinders the communication process from the beginning, as we say, he is not like me, or I don't like him. Therefore, you should search for points of similarity between you and others and open up various opportunities. Topics to elicit as many common ideas as possible and have conversations that focus on why to explore the dreams, motivations, and interests behind this person help. Support and advice contribute to the formation of friendships and learning by asking, "Can I help you with something?" which allows people to increase their value by expressing their opinions and experiences, but on the condition that they do not make promises beyond a person's ability so as not to hinder the success of the relationship with a lack of trust and knowledge. Part 2, the first 5 hours, revealing emotions. Some small expressions are innate facial expressions that occur uncontrollably for less than a second due to emotions. They reveal to us the feelings of others, such as anger, sadness, and happiness, by matching their feelings with their facial expressions. It also enables us to communicate with them by looking at their facial expressions while listening to them. Feelings of anger occur when a person feels dissatisfied with the presence of others in front of him or annoyed by a situation. Expressions of anger are characterized by the eyebrows falling down, wrinkling between them, and nuzzling of the lips. Expressions of contempt are the raising of the mouth from one side, and expressions of happiness are characterized by the pulling of the lips. Equally, teeth appear in wrinkles around the eyes when hearing good news and celebration, but the eyes widen and rise. The eyebrows are raised when you feel fear, and it is easy to know if a person feels surprise because it is the longest expression in time. The eyebrows are rounded, the eyes are wide, and the mouth is open. Disgust is characterized by a wrinkled upper nose and a raised upper lip. In the case of sadness, the mouth is pulled down, the eyebrows come together, and the eyelids fall. All of the person's emotions are dealt with by speaking with him and knowing his circumstances, then giving him advice and calming him down for fear of exacerbating the problem. Personality analysis. Others. All humans have 5 basic personality traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. It describes openness is how you deal with new ideas, how curious and creative you are, and how much you appreciate change, adventure, and not being bound by routine and habit. Conscientiousness describes the achievement style and measures self-discipline, reliability, time management, and attention to detail. Extroversion measures communication skills, interacting with the surrounding environment, or avoiding mixing with people, while agreeableness measures teamwork and cooperation skills. Nervousness determines anxiety and tension or calmness and relaxation when present in gathering places. These characteristics play a role in how to make decisions and goals, achieve balance between work and social relationships, and determine the choice of partner and employee according to their personalities and the jobs that suit them by making questionnaires and asking them directly about their personalities or playing personality identification games on websites. Some studies indicate the possibility of unconsciously reaching conclusions about the personal traits of any person based on the shape of the face or bone structure or according to his fame on social networking sites. Identifying the personalities of others helps us in how to persuade customers to buy products or deal with family members, improve points of disagreement, increase trust and understanding, appreciate others. People differ in the way they communicate with others and express their gratitude and thanks. Some of them prefer verbal expression through letters and verbal expressions, or giving gifts or hugs, or providing service and helping others with household chores, or spending time with people they love, playing sports together, or social visits. Employees who receive appreciation and letters of thanks from managers feel enthusiastic and productivity increases, and grumbling and complaints within institutions decrease. It is possible to know the way in which a person prefers to be appreciated according to my knowledge of how his dealings with others, or asking him how he would like to be treated and make him happy. Raising the value of others. Social psychologist Dr. Oriel J. Foy discovered the resource theory of human relations, which is that people cooperate with each other to share resources such as money, food, advice, gifts, and care in order to survive and thrive, and the relationship becomes difficult when there is parity in the exchange process. It is accompanied by anxiety and resentment, such as giving money to a friend of yours in exchange for advice or service. Each of us has a need that he wants to obtain from another party by asking for something that we desire, such as posting pictures on social networking sites to gain support, praise, and love, or telling stories that include our goals, choices, and principles. Knowing the values and principles of others helps us in avoiding disagreements and deepening the relationship and trust between us and them. For example, spouses may disagree when they do not know how to communicate with each other. One of them prefers words of love and praise, and the other prefers physical expressions. Also, predicting people's future behavior and decisions helps us motivate them and give them the value they want. A person's facial expressions change when giving him the value he wants. Where he feels happy when he does not get what he wants, he feels disgusted, angry, or defeated. Part 3. The first 5 days how to make people listen to you. Storytelling can create a spark to start conversations for the longest possible period and deepen relationships and friendships, as stories that contain elements of surprise and adventure increase the connection between the brains of the two people with each other. They may share the same interests and events by giving them room to tell their stories, which opens the way for open topics and discussions. The best stories are those that are common in all cases. Success is failure or embarrassing stories, and the use of humor and jokes builds the best connection. How to motivate people. Each person must be given his value in life and made to feel that he has something on it if you want to motivate your colleague or friend or strengthen your team, because we love the things we create and they belong to us. Before we ask anyone to do something, the motives and reasons must be made clear. Every time we allow someone to use his skills at work, he will feel ownership and want to achieve his achievement more through divide the skills according to their strength and ability at work. Or you can ask them to define their skills and what they can accomplish in the best way and involve them in discussions and conversations. How to build lasting relationships. Secrets are considered a gateway to communication and strengthening the relationship between people through exchanging secrets and asking for advice, as we love belonging to the group and asking for advice. Advice from them and keeping secrets seriously, which allows them to open up topics and experiences, each according to his field and interest, and send them a message of thanks and gratitude for their efforts. Striving for perfection is impossible. It makes us unattractive, so be yourself. This shows you the nature of people, and it is better than deception and lying. Deal with difficult people. Our internal fears cause us social anxiety and embarrassment in the social environment, so we alleviate this anxiety by unhelpful gossip, selfishness, and nervousness. Fear is treated in the amygdala chapter of the brain in one of two ways: a fast path between the thalamus and the amygdala, which helps us think about the threat logically and make good decisions, while a slow path, which begins at the thalamus and then passes through the neocortex before arriving at the amygdala, which helps us rapid response to threat without thinking in order to survive. Difficulty in social relationships occurs when a decision is taken rashly. Decisions. People are in a difficult situation to deal with, so in this case, understand how they feel and find a suitable solution for them. Engage them in the conversation before moving on to large groups of people. Say no to toxic people who drain you. They will not care about you. Then you will leave the wrong relationships and allow yourself to create new ones. There is no need to justify your decisions and explain them. Your feelings about something, this is your life, and no one has the right to interfere and ask for excuses from you. Engage and interact in social settings. Researchers at Columbia University found that attractiveness is mainly related to the popularity of others. They are more in tune with social changes, relationships, and social hierarchy. We are more likely to be with people who like us. We always smile at people who smile at us. We are affected by the feelings of those around us. This is called the effect of reciprocity. The more people we love, the greater the number of those who truly love us. The greatest gift you give to others is to remind them that they are accepted and loved, to recognize their personality traits and their language of appreciation, to respect them, and to give them their true value. Conclusion: body language and facial gestures are the most required social skills for building relationships, which enables the individual to analyze the personality and way of thinking, as people accept to attend courses and read books specialized in body language, personality analysis, and body language is one of the precise and complex matters that can be understood and managed using a number of rules and concepts, and it represents 60% of communication between people.